to the Forza Official Tournament 19 Co-op Badges Plus Plus versus Genesis.
Welcome back, Forts fans, to game number 8 of the Forts Official Tournament 19 replay commentary here on SynergyGamingTV. Playing on probably the most hated map in all of Forts, the map Wingman, mainly because you've got the stupid inverted upside down hanging bases that nobody likes. So, without further ado, let's introduce our teams. On the left-hand side, playing Overdrive, it is the Badges Plus Plus. That's right. Plus, plus. Badges, plus, plus. So, their opponents on the right-hand side. Team number 2 playing Hurricane. It is Genesis. So, I like this. I like this. We got Overdrive. We got Hurricane. Hurricane is awesome. One of my favorite commanders. Unfortunately, very useless until you get to the late game. When you have the energy, basically the energy production required to fire your weapons simultaneously. But let's see what these guys are doing. I'm going to assume it's looking very much like both players are kind of taking advantage of their own base, which is actually common. I was thinking more that the top tier players, one guy would be on eco, one guy would be on damage. Yeah. We know that upgrading, well, maybe they're doing that because it's cheaper, but we do know, guys, if you're unfamiliar with what I'm about to say, check out the devices tutorial video on the channel. I'll put an annotation up here somewhere. But we know that upgrading your mines is much less efficient than placing a new one. However, it does cost less to gain that little bit of an advantage. So, but it is rather inefficient to just upgrade your mines. It would have been way better off just placing a new one. Especially in this situation, if you're going warheads here, you should be adding some economy to follow it up. So interesting strat coming out of the Badges Plus Plus, but they know what they're doing, and I have absolutely no right to question them because, like I said, they know what they're doing. Lots of pressure being applied here by Cronkinator. Great door work right there. Sniper taken out of Team Genesis. I don't think they're going to be able to capitalize on the buzzsaws this time as they did in their last match. You can see great sniper work here. Having a little bit of an issue there, getting the proper foundation set with the right size door. This could be... I'd like to see the laser rush here. This is great. Lots of resources being shared by these opponents. Or I guess teammates, if you look at it from a different perspective. Cronkinator taking a look at what's going down here. Oh, and the smoke launcher comes in here. This is great teamwork. Although we are seeing, there it is, one core absolutely destroyed here. We are seeing that each player is kind of taking their own base. Which is a viable strat. It's interesting to see which players decide to just take each base for themselves and decide which to share resources and actually share bases and get things figured out. Repair station, guys, this is awesome. This is really good. Repair station's half the length that smoke is in the air, so that's a great counter to things like smoke launchers, which is great to see. Fantastic sniper play here from Cronkinator. You can see there, Kron is applying lots of pressure, taking out the snipers, and just absolutely controlling the map here with that sniper. We've got double smoke launchers coming out of Mateo. The cheese strats are strong, but that is exactly what cooperative is supposed to be. Let's get in. And the gunners managed to take it out here. Mateo whiffs his first sniper shot there to take out one of the gunners. They've got a little bit of extra foundation being built here in the front to protect the bottom of the base, which is great to see. So it's going to be a big fight here. Now, remember, even though it says Levain is here right now, his teammate, Full Felicis, again, correct me if I get that wrong, is still in this match, right? It is cooperative. So they can be expanding those resources. They can be doing some other things. I'm very surprised that we're not seeing more scattershot here with barrels. Even though the core gets destroyed, you can have a barrel connected to the bottom base here and still gaining resources from there. You just don't get the resources from the core. So I'm very surprised to see that we haven't seen shock and awe. Yeah, shock and awe with the barrel. I think I said scattershot before. Shock and awe with the barrel. I'm very surprised to see that the pros haven't thought of that yet. They might here in the future, but I don't know. Some of the matchups I've seen so far in this tournament doesn't seem like the teams put a lot of thought into their commanders. Obviously, being in cooperative, the resources are completely different. We're seeing a lot of very default 2v2 strats here, rather than trying to exploit and implement the fact that they have double the resource gain. So something like Armadillo would be amazing on this. Having 10 mines worth of resources that you can repair from would be very, very difficult to destroy any one of those bases. It would be very, very difficult. So great warhead shots coming in here, getting the blinkiness going down. They don't have the repair station anymore to take out the smoke, and they're just playing. There's nothing more frustrating than being in a match and having your mines being shot at. They're like, oh, we'll just take out your production. So infuriating. Great strategy, but that doesn't change the fact that it's incredibly infuriating. Smoke launchers coming down here. It's looking like Levain just not having the resources, trying to get that additional mine placed down, which is going to be important here. Losing one mine, getting another mine. We got the repair station coming down. That's going to be rough because, one, it's not going to finish. Two, there's lots of damage there already. Essentially, what you want to try and do is counter. Great sniper, great plasma shot coming across there, taking out the launchers. The swarms that were coming out, no, the warheads, sorry, that were coming out there, uses the plasma to basically prevent that from happening. Great shot there from Team Genesis. Great to see that. I haven't seen Full Felice's name pop up here at all yet. A little bit surprised that we're not seeing both players trying to utilize any of that stuff here. Not a whole lot you can do. I mean, one player can basically manage a single base, but you know, we're not seeing. This is one of those mistakes I'm talking about, and pros seem to do this a lot. When they have map control like this, they're dominating. They should be following up with resources. How many times have we seen in the past tournaments where they continue to maintain pressure and everything's great, but they don't follow up with resources, and then something goes sideways and they have no resources to make the comeback? Now, keep in mind that Team Badges plus, they have overdrive. So they do have access to some additional resources. And there we go. That is going to be the end of Genesis in the upper bracket. And of course, then you have the Cheesy blowing up their own stuff. Yeah, not much to say there. Complete map dominance from the Badges plus. They absolutely just dominated over Genesis there. Hurricane would have been great had the match gone a little bit longer. I liked overdrive in that situation. Does allow for less resource acquisition in the early game because you can just pop the overdrive ability to kind of make up for the lack of mines you have. Overall, relatively well played, you guys. That was Badges plus versus Genesis. Overdrive versus Hurricane.